All right, my little art friends, this week's unit is Artists Observe 2.0, Beyond Observation and Stuff and Things. Let's get right into it. You've done observation before, possibly when you did the object with the 9 in Art 1, and that's cool. We're just going to take it to the next level. We're going to understand the different ways artists use observation when creating work of art, and I'm going to ask you, how can you incorporate observation when creating art? Sure, you can do it traditional ways. Traditionally, observing an object and drawing it. A still life, for example, you can look at an apple and you can draw that apple. Now that painting's not exactly traditional, but you get the idea. Hey, you could do a sculpture too. Remember when we did Tannemounter with the object? You looked at an object and you tried to recreate it. You can do that too. That's a version of observation. You know what? There's a thing called urban sketching. It's where you go out into the world and you bring like your sketch pad and watercolor, maybe pen and ink, and you just draw what you see. And like this guy right here probably went into Starbucks and he was drawing this right there, right from life. It's kind of fun. You could do that right here in the school. You go to the library, sit out in the hall, who knows? Also, people who are scientists often observe, and they call it scientific observation. So they're looking at plants, they're studying it, they're writing things down. They do the same thing with animals. And of course, there's always stalker photos. Wait, what? Stalker photos? That's observation, but that is not traditional. And that brings us to today's artists, Color Me Katie. Let's take a look at Color Me Katie's artwork right here. First thing up, thought bubbles. This is a project she did where she would create these thought bubbles and then she would hang them on the wall, and then she would wait for someone to come by. She'd observe the scene, and when they walked by and they were right in the right spot, she'd take a picture. Hey, this guy's thinking about getting a cupcake at the bakery. And this dog right here is thinking about a cat. I wonder if he wants to marry that cat or he wants to eat it. And this guy's thinking about, what's he thinking about, sexy girls? Come on, guy, get with the program. Let me show you how she does it. Here's a short video.
I create a lot of art in public places where people will just find it walking home or walking to work. One of my projects is called the Brooklyn Thought Bubbles. When I'm on the train, I'll look around and be like, I wonder if anyone on this train has ever killed anybody. Or I wonder how many people are cheating on their loved ones. So basically I'm creating these thoughts for people, and it's just kind of a little joke, like a real life comic book. I feel like my work is a lot about performance. I set up these scenes and I wait for the right person to walk by. After like a full day of waiting, it's like, yes, it worked.
All right, so there you go. That's the thought bubbles. Another one she did was the shadow project. It was very similar, but she made shadows. Like, you know, in Peter Pan in the beginning of the movie, like the shadows there? Well, she thought she can make these shadows, and when people walk by, it would look like they were her shadows. Like, look at this lady right here. She's like a shadow, but she's like holding some balloons or something like that. Or this guy's checking his cell phone there, but he's really like a muscle man. And this guy right here, though, she's a lady, I guess, and she's just walking, but she's a ballerina inside her head. Who knows what's going on? It could be all kinds of fun stuff. This is a whole different method of observation where you're observing somebody and you're waiting for them to fall into your little trap. So on your design page today, I want you to think about how you're going to create a work of art that uses observation. So let's look over those again. How can you do it? You can go traditional with a still life, no problem right there. Or you can go traditional Tannemounter, which is a little less traditional, or even some urban sketching or scientific observation. But if you really want to step out of your game, think about how you could observe things. Maybe you could set some things up and take some pictures, just like Color Me Katie did. All right, let's go make some art.